Belgium's justice system, power structures, and their free pass for privilege. Belgium, a nation celebrated for its chocolate, medieval towns, and role as the de facto capital of the European Union, harbors a darker reality beneath its picturesque veneer, a justice system accused of leniency toward perpetrators of sexual violence, particularly those with social or professional privilege. Recent cases and systemic failures reveal a pattern where power, whether legal, political, or royal, shields the guilty, leaving victims marginalized and justice elusive. 1. Judicial leniency and the talented rapist paradox. The Leuven Correctional Court's 2025 ruling, where a medical student convicted of raping an incapacitated woman received no punishment due to his promising future, ignited national outrage. The court acknowledged the crime's severity but prioritized the perpetrator's career prospects over accountability, reflecting a systemic bias favoring privilege. Legal experts like KU Leuven's Lisbeth Stevens argue that such decisions, while rare, expose flawed prioritization of rehabilitation over victim justice. Belgium's rape laws, though progressive on paper, e.g., criminalizing marital rape and requiring consent, falter in practice. Amnesty International reports that only 10% of sexual assaults are reported, with half dismissed without prosecution. Even when cases reach trial, convictions often lack meaningful consequences, perpetuating a culture of impunity. 2. Systemic failures in the rule of law. Belgium's justice system struggles with inefficiency and transparency. The 2025 Rule of Law dashboard highlights red ratings for judicial efficiency, citing poor data collection and overcrowded prisons. While anti-corruption frameworks exist, whistleblower protections remain absent, and arms exports to human rights violating regimes, e.g., Nigeria, Indonesia, persist. The 2023 Brussels terrorist attack further exposed institutional negligence. A delayed extradition request for the Tunisian attacker led to the justice minister's resignation, underscoring bureaucratic incompetence. Such failures erode public trust, particularly when juxtaposed with Belgium's vocal advocacy for the International Criminal Court, ICC. 3. The royal family, discrete faith versus public accountability. King Philippe's devout Catholicism and efforts to modernize the monarchy contrast with his family's historical detachment from systemic injustices. While the royal family symbolizes national unity, their influence on policy remains ceremonial. For instance, Belgium's colonial atrocities in Congo, a legacy Philippe addressed hesitantly during a 2022 visit, highlight the monarchy's struggle to reconcile past crimes with present diplomacy. Critics argue the monarchy's opaqueness mirrors broader power structures. Crown Princess Elizabeth's grooming for leadership, while meticulously staged, raises questions about whether royalty can truly advocate for marginalized voices in a system skewed toward the elite. 4. Sexual violence, between progress and stagnation. Belgium's sexual assault centers, SACs, established under the Istanbul Convention, offer holistic care but face overwhelming demand. Despite 64% of Belgians experiencing sexual violence, only 7% seek professional help. SAC's forensic evidence collection is a step forward, yet delayed reporting and low prosecution rates persist. A 2021 study revealed 19% of women and 5% of men endure rape, yet societal stigma and institutional skepticism deter victims. The Leuven ruling exemplifies how legal frameworks crumble under societal biases. The perpetrator's medical career, a profession rooted in trust, was deemed more valuable than the victim's trauma, echoing historic patterns where power dictates justice. 5. The path forward, accountability over privilege. To dismantle systemic inequities, Belgium must reform sentencing guidelines, eliminate leniency based on social status or career potential, strengthen victim support, expand SAC funding and enforce mandatory follow-up for perpetrators, enhance judicial transparency, address inefficiencies and corruption highlighted by the rule of law dashboard, confront colonial and royal legacies, integrate historical accountability into modern governance. Belgium's advocacy for the ICC, pushing to criminalize ecocide and aggression, proves its capacity for global leadership. Yet, until domestic justice prioritizes victims over privilege, the nation's promise of equality remains unfulfilled. Conclusion. The Leuven case is not an anomaly, but a symptom of a justice system entangled with power dynamics. For Belgium to honor its motto, "Unity makes strength," it must dismantle structures that protect the powerful and silence the vulnerable. Until then, the admonition to "run like a girl" will remain a bitter metaphor for survival in a system skewed against the marginalized.